A fruitful business isn't typically the consequence of chance, nor is a disappointment the aftereffect of karma. Most disappointments are determined ahead of time if the pioneers had been concentrated on. It isn't generally imaginable to begin a lucrative business toward the beginning. Generally, various changes must be made. Plans don't figure out as their makers suspected they would. They might need to be changed a little, widened to a great extent. And as you expand your business, you expand your ability to accomplish. When you understand one desire, another comes. Yet if you don't fulfill the first desire, you won't the second. Every man who makes progress merits it. When he first started, he didn't know how to tackle the problems that afterward presented themselves, but he did everything as it came up in the absolute most ideal way that he would be able, and this fostered his power of doing greater things. We become masters of business by learning to do well anything that we endeavor. Business success relies upon all-around concentrated efforts. You should use every mental power you can master. The more these are used, the more they increase. Consequently, the more you achieve today, the more power you will have available to you with which to tackle your concerns tomorrow. Don't fear large endeavors. Go at them with grit and pursue methods that you think will achieve your purpose. Constantly keep a powerful urge to prevail in your mind. Be enamored with your aim and work. Make them quite far square with the standard of the best good to the best number, and your life can't be a failure. The successful business attitude must be cultivated to make the most out of your life, the attitude of expecting great things from both yourself and others. Depend on your own perspective. It should be on par with anyone else's. When you reach a decision, commit to it. Let there be no doubt or hesitation in your judgment. The man that decides as per his motive right and who learns from every mistake secures an even mind that obtains the best results. He acquires the confidence of others. He is known as the man who knows what he wants and not as one who is as inconsistent as the weather. The man of today believes that he should work with men that he can rely on. Vulnerabilities in the business world are meeting with more disapproval. Dependable firms maintain that they should work with men of known characteristics, with men of firm judgment and reliability. So, if you wish to start in business for yourself, your greatest asset, with the single exception of a sound constitution, is that of a good standing. An effective business isn't difficult to build if we can think all our mental powers upon it. The man is disrupted because he doesn't know what he wants. That goes to the wall. We hear people say that business is trying on the nerves, yet it is the disrupting elements of fret and stress and tension that are nerve debilitating, not the business. Executing one's plans might cause exhaustion. Happiness accompanies rest if there has not been any unnatural strain. The recuperative powers replace what energy has been lost by going to work properly. You foster the ability to accomplish a greater work tomorrow. This continuous improvement makes possible the finishing of large plans. The man who organizes accomplishing something every hour of the day gets somewhere at the end of each day. You should be a step closer to your goal. Remember the idea that you mean to proceed, that every day should mark a movement, and forward you will go. You don't need to know the exact course, as long as you're determined to find the way. But you should not turn back once you have started. Even brilliant men's conceptions of the possibilities of their mental powers are so limited and low in their real worth that they are more likely to underestimate their possibilities than they are to exaggerate them. You wouldn't want to think that a goal is impossible because it has never been achieved in the past. Every day, someone is achieving something never done before. We are pushing forward faster. Previously, it required years to build a big business, but today it is only yet merely years, sometimes months. Plan every day's activities carefully, and you can reach any level you focus on. Assuming that everything you do is completed with concise and focused thought, you will be able to turn out an excellent quality and a vast quantity of work. Plan to accomplish such a lot of work during the day, and you will be surprised to see how much more you will do than on other days when you had not settled on a specific amount. I have shown that the average business working force could do the same amount of work in 6 hours that they now do in 8 without spending any more energy. Never start to accomplish anything in a hesitant, endless, questionable manner. Tackle everything with an energy and a sincerity that will quicken your mind and attract the very best related thoughts. You will in a brief time find that you will have extra energy for planning bigger things. The ordinary leader generally draws to himself, by the law of mental attraction, ideas in his chosen subject that have ever been brought about by others. This is of the greatest importance and help. If you are properly trained, you benefit much by others' thoughts and giving. You produce from inside yourself something of value, they will benefit from yours. We are beneficiaries of all the ages, but we must know how to use our inheritance. The certain, pushing, confident, determined man influences all with whom he associates and inspires the same qualities in them. You feel that his is a safe guide to follow, and he inspires the very power within you that is pushing him onward and upward. One rarely makes a success of anything that he goes at in a lazy, spiritless manner. To develop a business, you must see it expanding to you before it actually takes tangible shape. Each great task that has ever been achieved has first been only a dream in the mind of its creator. Many details have had to be worked out in his mind from his most feeble thought of the undertaking. At last, a clear idea was formed, and then the success, which was only the material result of the mental idea, followed. The up-to-date investor isn't content to build only for the present, but is preparing in case he doesn't. He will fall behind his competitor, who is. What we are truly doing today was carefully thought out and planned by others in the past. All dynamic businesses are conducted this way. For that reason, the young investor of today is likely to achieve more in a few years than his father did in his whole life. There is not an obvious reason why your work or business should be difficult when it does. There is something wrong. You are attracting forces and influence that you shouldn't because you are not in harmony with what you are doing. There is nothing so tiring as to try to do the work for which we are unfitted, both by temperament and training. Everyone should be engaged in a business that he loves, that he is in sympathy with. He will then only go about his best duties and enjoy keenly his business. In this way, while continually growing and developing his powers, he is at the same time rendering through his work genuine and devoted service to humanity. Business success isn't the result of chance but of scientific ideas and plans carried out by an aggressive and deliberate management. Use your mental powers so they will grow and develop. Remember that all that you do is the result of mental action. Therefore, you can absolutely control all your actions. The sky is the limit for you. Don't hesitate for even a moment to tackle a difficult proposition. Your success will depend on the use you make of your mind. This is capable of wonderful development. See that you truly make the most of it and develop yourself as well as your associates. Try to expand the visions of those with whom you come in contact, and you will broaden your own perspective of life. Are you afraid of liabilities? For the individual soul to develop, you must have liabilities. You must show the supremacy of the law of supply. The whole world is your legitimate sphere of action. How much of a winner you have done. Are you scared of liability, or are you truly avoiding jumping or sidestepping it? If you will be, you are not a true man. Your higher self never flinches. So get to work and allow the powers of the greater self to show, and you will find you have plenty of strength, and you will feel far better when you are tackling difficult propositions.